Kandia with Kandia Haynesworth Designs. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am doing a collaboration with Lowry from the Baby's Booty. We are listing the top 10 mistakes that we think new embroidery business owners make. Now, have taken 5 and I have taken 5. And my mistakes that I am listing are in no particular order. I am just stating them the way I am thinking about it in my head. So regardless to what kind of business you have, you always want to be professional. But overall, I think the top 5 mistakes new embroidery business owners make, number 1 is selecting a name that boxes you in. So for example, if my name was Kandia's Baby Baskets. Now, Kandia's Baby Baskets would ultimately describe exactly what it is I do, but it also provides limitations. And so obtaining the account with the local community college to do their fleeces every fall and winter probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that because they would have passed me by. And so, you don't want to have a name that discourages potential clients just based on what they think you do and only what you do. You want to have a name that provides the opportunity to provide other services. Now, I know everybody don't want to go in different directions with their embroidery business. However, you always want to have room for growth. You don't always want to have yourself boxed in, whereas you have no room for expansion, because what business owner don't want to grow? That's not the idea of getting in a business and always staying small and boxed in. And so you want to avoid that. Number 2, thinking too big or thinking too small. All right. And so thinking too big, that's when everybody is a customer. It doesn't make sense. You can have multiple targets, but everyone can't be your customer because you can't do everything. Okay, especially if you are a one-man team. You cannot do everything. And trust me, I am a person that I go in a lot of different directions in my embroidery business. You guys know that, with my baby ensembles to providing fleeces to the local community college to designing these t-shirts for the Navy Mom Squad. Those are 3 different embroidery services that I provide under my business. Okay, 3 is not 30. Okay, and so you want to be careful, especially if you are a one-man team. Now, if you have a partner or partners or a small staff, you may have some teenage kids, you may have young adult kids where everybody can kind of pitch in. Good for you. I don't have, 4 or 5 kids where adult kids or young adult kids that I can kind of assign everyone a task and we can kind of build this corporation or this empire. I don't have the luxury of doing that, and a lot of people that I know don't either. But if you do, then do it that way. But if you don't, then you got to be careful not to get so high with the possibility of being a successful embroidery business owner that you are going in every different direction. Number 1, it can ultimately prove very ineffective. Okay, because it can be proven impossible to meet all of these demands. It can also prove very expensive because you are providing services in so many different areas. And it can also burn you out. So be careful and thinking too small. All right, know your worth. Know your worth. And if you're not sure what your worth is, Google it. There's absolutely no reason not to know these days. None whatsoever. So it amazes me when I still see questions like, how much would you charge for personalization? How much would you charge for monogramming? That's not acceptable. Go find out. Don't wait for someone to tell you. Google it. How much does monogramming cost on a towel? That's all you have to ask Google. Okay, it's no longer acceptable to say, I didn't know, because you can find out. We have ways to finding out these days. All right. And so, don't think too small and devalue your embroidery services, which will ultimately put you in a red zone and cost your company profits. Number 3, losing focus, lacking drive, and becoming unmotivated. You have to commit to your embroidery service. And I got to tell you that, I am finding a lot of people, they say, oh, I want to run an embroidery service, but they're not really committed. They want people to do all the work for them, or they want just a flood of customers coming in, and we all do, but you got to go out there and work for it. You got to market yourself. You got to network. You got to promote. You got to seize up. You got to jump on opportunity. Jump on opportunity when you can. Okay, so if you know your neighbor's daughter is having a baby, that's an opportunity. You may even know that they're not in a financial situation where they can actually purchase embroidery services because money might be tight for them at that point. It doesn't mean that you cannot provide them a personalized blanket or a bib. Okay, because just because somebody's situation is tight right now don't mean that that person, that couple, or whatever the situation is may be tight a year from now when you are still going to be open. And so jump on opportunities, okay? And stay focused. If you know that you only have a certain amount of time, meaning you are an embroidery business owner, but yes, you are a nurse during the week. You work in a factory during the week. You work at a school during the week. Okay, you know that, okay, if you get home at 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, you may have an hour. You may only have 2 hours, 3 hours to dedicate to your embroidery business. Don't spend half the time on social media looking at other people's pictures or posting comments or hitting the like button. Focus on your embroidery business. It have to mean that much to you. It have to. It have to. And so, I saw that, a lot with my embroidery mentoring program, that a lot of people were excited at first. And, somewhere down the line, my emails started to get ignored. Not everybody. I got to say that for the most part, I had some pretty good students who stayed committed. But, it has to be your job to stay focused. It has to be your job to stay committed. It has to be your job. It has to be important for you to be motivated. So if you feel that you're losing motivation or you're lacking drive, it got to be important enough for you to go out there and get it, because you're the one that invested in that embroidery machine, not anyone else. All right. And number 4, no embroidery service contract or an agreement in place. It's just foolish. It's just foolish. There's no other way. There's no pretty way to say it. It's foolish. It's foolish. It's foolish. It's foolish. Again, if you don't have an agreement in place, then anything goes. Anything goes. You leave room for loopholes. Okay, and it's just not that hard just to write down on even a napkin and just state that, this is what you are providing. This is what they are expecting you to do. This is the services that you intend to render. It's not that hard. And if nothing else, it will show your family members and friends, if they are your first customers, that, oh no, she's not playing. She is not playing. That you need for people to see that you're not playing. No, okay, no, girl, don't worry about it. No, it's not effective worrying about it. It's just how you conduct business. That's it. Because nowhere could your family members or friends go to another place of business and walk away with a blanket without paying for it or on a promise. And trust me, I have been there. So I am not sitting here being a hypocrite. But this is why I can tell you you need it, because I have been burned multiple times by family members and friends. And it's nothing fun, pretty, and it really destroys the relationship, because it changes how you look at them. Like, gosh, you would really do that to me. And I'm sitting here working really hard. It really does something to you. So avoid it. Have a service agreement in place and move on. And once again, there's no reason not to have one. You can enter Google a service contract, and 1,001 templates will come up, and you can tweak it according to your embroidery business. And the last one is forgetting business is business. All right. Now, once again, I already did a video on what makes sense versus what not making sense. If you are running a hobby, then run your hobby. But if you are running a business, run a business. Do not have your pets and birds and flying and walking. No, run a business. And I always will suggest do it like the big boys do it. Okay. And so if, like I said, Hobby Lobby and Joanne and, these places where we shop to get supplies from, okay, run their stores accordingly, then why can't we run our small businesses, accordingly? Why can't we do that? And so you can't mix business with pleasure. Your home life is your home life, and your business life is your business life. And you can't expect people to adjust to you bringing your family life, your home life, into your area of business. And it's not okay, especially if you have a home-based business. You want to make them forget. Make them forget that they're even in your home if possible. I remember, I had an embroidery boss member come over to my home with her daughter for a sewing lesson, and we were in my studio. And after a while, she said to me, I forgot that I'm in your home, because I want to create that atmosphere that this is a place of business. This is not my home where I have maybe 6 bedrooms above me. No, this is my embroidery studio. And so it's important. It's important that you make sure that you don't mix the two. You don't mix the two and then, expect people to treat you in a professional manner when you don't even respect your business enough or your customers enough to provide a professional environment. And so that's all I have for you today. I don't know if you guys are going to like everything I had to say, but if you do, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. I got to tell you, Eve and I had been working on this, and Eve was on point. She had hers ready for quite some time and was just waiting on me. And I had so many things, and I said, oh gosh, I have to get this done. So I appreciate your patience in this, Eve, and giving me the opportunity to work alongside you in this collaboration. I hope we get a chance to work together on another project. The viewers, the subscribers, they love you, they love me, they love us, and I'm sure this collaboration they are going to love. All right, and so once again, that's all I have for you today. If you are an embroidery business owner or a hobbyist, come visit me in the group Embroidery Boss. And if you are not, then come visit me on Kandia@Haynesworth.com on Facebook. And you can also find me on Instagram. Check out Eve Lowry's channel, The Baby's Booty, or Eve Lowry. Check out her website as well, and she is also on Facebook. And until then, I'll see you next time.